foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between America's team.
All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Tonight, we culminate pivotal Week 14 with a great Monday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans.
Hit it. Recon, 132 fighter. Hatchet. Fight.
On first down, Spence. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
Two times. Hey. You got three. Three down.
On first down, Eason nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Eason. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The mic. Watch 57. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 6 yards.
On first and 10, Stanley. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Point after, up and good. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Off the plate fake. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Eason, and that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Taken from just outside the 30. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
61, matchbox white.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Stevens, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And to give this time to the tailback. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. On 1st down, Spence, and he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Spence. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Come on, set. 6-6, pull it high. 50, plant. Set.
Off the bootleg, Eason. And he's got him in, Corey Davis. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Go now. Protein spell 8 reads. Get it. Play.
Throwing on 1st down. Eason under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Eason nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Off play action. Eason nowhere to escape, and he goes down. On now is the Titans punter. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. This is taken at the 23. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 2. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. But that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Completes it to Davis. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Back to throw. Eason. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if he runs some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool him for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A final shot before break. Stanley under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the Bengals who were able.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed, and more importantly, perhaps that first-round bye.
But they have to clinch it, don't they?
Yeah.
That's the key, right? So, in a sense, the playoffs have started. They've got to go ahead and get this thing done. Otherwise, it's a different road, and you really don't want to be at the mercy of other teams and their results.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Down. 60-yard.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll try the left side. Spence, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Spence. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
30 base. Get that quarterback.
On 3rd down, Eason. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Butker's kick here is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short because when it's third and long,
and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Smith in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Eason's got Hooper on the short connection. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Back to throw. Eason. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 57-yard pass.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Back now in Nashville, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This is taken at his 4. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Watch the whip. Hey, rock it. Rock it. Get it.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Stevens. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Push him back. Push him back. Go. Check 26. Check 26. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Hey. Watch 85. Coming to you. Defense.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
218, jump. Back.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Here's A.J. Cole now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up out of USC man Adoree Jackson. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A gain there of 21 yards. Looking to throw. Eason. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry-up. 2nd and 15. They will find Davis. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Eason, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Back to throw. Stanley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first